Imagine this. It is 1892 in Memphis. A successful black grocery store is thriving. Three of its owners, friends of a young journalist, are dragged from jail by a white mob and lynched. No trial, no justice. That journalist does not stay silent. She investigates, she writes, she exposes the truth. A mob destroys her newspaper office and threatens her life. She refuses to stop. Her name was Ida B. Wells, and she turned the light of truth on one of America's darkest practices. Ida Bell Wells was born on July 16, 1862, in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Enslaved just months before the Emancipation Proclamation, her parents, James and Elizabeth, valued education fiercely once freedom came. They sent their children to school at what is now Rust College. When Ida was 16, yellow fever killed both her parents and a younger sibling. Suddenly, she was responsible for her remaining brothers and sisters. She lied about her age, got a teaching job, and kept the family together. In her early 20s, she moved to Memphis. In 1884, she refused to give up her seat in a first-class ladies' car on a train and was forcibly removed. She sued the railroad and won in the lower court before the Tennessee's Supreme Court overturned the decision. The fight only sharpened her voice. By the late 1880s, Ida was writing under the pen name Lola and had become a co-owner and editor of the Memphis Free Speech and Headlight, one of the first black women to own and edit a newspaper in America. She used it to attack unequal schools, poor conditions, and racial injustice. Then came March 18, 1892. Her close friend, Thomas Moss, and two business partners, Calvin McDowell and Will Stewart, were lynched after their People's Grocery competed too successfully with a white-owned store. The official excuse was the usual one: alleged attack on white women. Ida investigated. She found that most lynching had nothing to do with rape. They were tools of terror, economic, political, and social, used to keep black people in their place. She published hard data and fearless editorial. In one, she wrote that the old rape charge was a threadbare lie. A white mob destroyed her newspaper office and presses. Death threat followed. She was out of the town at that time and never returned to Memphis. From the north, she continued the fight, writing for the New York Age and later in pamphlets. She produced Southern Horrors, 1892, and A Red Record, 1895. Some of the earliest data-driven investigative journalism in American history. She traveled the South, interviewed witnesses, and documented hundreds of cases. Only about 1/3 of victims were even accused of rape. The real motives were often economic competition or political power. She took her campaign to Britain, galvanizing international pressure. In 1898, she led a delegation to the White House and urged President McKinley to act against lynching. She co-founded organizations including the National Association of Colored Women and was among the founders of what became the NAACP, though she later grew frustrated with its more cautious approach. In 1895, she married lawyer and fellow activist Ferdinand Bennett and settled in Chicago. She kept her own name professionally, Ida B. Wells Bennett, and continued working while raising 4 children. She founded the Alpha Suffrage Club in 1913, the first black women's suffrage organization in Chicago, and insisted that black women march with dignity in the 1913 National Suffrage Parade in Washington, D.C. Refusing to be pushed to the back, she started a settlement house for black migrants, fought school segregation in Chicago, and never stopped pushing for a federal anti-lynching law. In 1930, at age 68, she even ran for the Illinois State Senate. Ida B. Wells Bennett died of kidney disease on March 25, 1931 in Chicago. She once said, "The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them." Ida B. Wells did exactly that against lynching, against silence, against the idea that black lives and black voices could be erased. In 2020, she received a posthumous Pulitzer Prize for her courageous reporting. Her fight still echoes. Remember her name, carry her light. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and follow for more. God bless you.